Hey everyone, have you ever wondered how you can figure out what you should or should not do with fully listening within yourself and no external factors affecting your decision? So this concept of an open conduit, being an open conduit for divine source energy to connect directly to us so that we can speak directly to God, our spirit guides, our guardians, our ancestors, and have a clear knowing of what we should do. So it's really fascinating, and I wanted to share an experience I had with you. So learning how to truly be quiet the noise, quiet your mind, and shift from your mind to your heart, so you're not living through your connectedness of like, I have to get the kids, and then, well, I should probably leave 5 minutes early because I have to stop at the post office and this and that and whatever, to living from your heart, knowing that you trust yourself, you're trusting the process, you're trusting that if anything gets in the way, that you can conquer that challenge at that time, rather than going over all the possible potential scenarios that could happen prior to anything even affecting you in any way. So I was living in this place, this house, about 1.5 years ago now. Probably 1 year and 10 months ago, something like that. 1 year and 8 months ago. And the landlord occasionally, about half the time, was in a suite in the basement, and I was in the upper level of the house. And my child and I, we'd only been there 1.5 months, maybe 2 months. And we'd gotten to know the landlord quite well. Like, he's around my age, maybe a couple years older. And I was unpacking some things. My child was out playing with the neighbor's kids, and I heard yelling. And I knew that it was the landlord. And I heard him out the side of the house, so I went to the bathroom window and looked outside, and here he is yelling at this elderly man who was parked on the side of the road. Well, what my landlord decided to do, he was an electrician, and he decided to clean out his car before he left for work again. He worked far away. And so he's cleaning his car out, and what he did with his Cooney's electrical tools is he put them on the side of the road, because his car was parked right at the edge of the road, and he put his tools right beside the car, which was right beside the edge of the road. Well, in this town, everyone would put things they no longer wanted on the side of the road for neighbors to take, for anybody to pick up. So this man thought that there's these tools on the side of the road for free. So he stops to pick them up, and my landlord screams at this man. Rather than, hey bud, sorry, I'm cleaning out my car. I shouldn't have put my tools that close to the road. So of course he gives him his tools back. So I go outside to see what was going on. And so of course my landlord right away, he's like, well, I should have probably put my tools not on the side of the road and a little further up. I was like, yeah, I think that would have been a good idea. And he's like, that guy barely even spoke any English. So here's my landlord screaming at this elderly man who doesn't speak English. And then about an hour, I'd say at least an hour later, my landlord comes back to me and he says, I don't think I've got all my tools. I'm pretty sure he's still got a bag of my tools. His tool, like one bag of an electrician's tools is probably like $12,000. Like, it's not cheap. Like one screwdriver alone, $65 or more. So my landlord calls his boss, doesn't sit in the silence, doesn't relax at all. Calls his boss right away, tries to figure out what he's gonna do because he's got to fly up to the Yukon for work. What is he gonna do about not having these tools now? Now his boss is gonna have to cover him for the tools, or... And I thought for a minute, I'm like, you know what? We're supposed to have such this connection to God that we're supposed to have all the answers within us. We're not supposed to seek outside of us for answers. We're supposed to go within, as all the answers are within us. So I said to my landlord, I said, I'm gonna go for a truck ride and I'm gonna find your tools. And he's like, how the hell are you going to find my tools? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna find them. So this is me just being me. I didn't like sit there and pray and do a little dance or, you know, ask for specific guardians or angels or ancestors. I didn't do any of that. I literally just said to my child, I said, hey, we're gonna go for a truck ride. It won't be for long. Jump in the truck. And all I literally did was, okay, Spirit, let's find the tools. I was like, guide me where I need to go. So I get in the truck, I start driving, and I didn't say anything out loud after that. I was just like, in my mind, I said, okay, which direction are we going? Left or right? In my mind. I was like, just keep going. And it was like, turn here. So I turned there, and I was like, okay, do I turn at this street? No. Okay, next street? Yeah, turn this way. And here, I look over, like three houses down, and there's the guy that had taken the tools, and I go up, and I said, and there was a woman there, I said, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I think that man has my friend's tools. She said, yeah, I thought it was kind of weird he got free tools, and I said, there was a misunderstanding, my friend was cleaning out his car. I go back and I give my landlord his tools, and he was dumbfounded. This is what happens when you trust your connection to divine source energy.